Hi, I'm Jason Camillo from Grand Hyatt, Melbourne. Welcome to chefmasterclasses.com. Today we're doing a fantastic dish that I really love. It's a souffle, or we're doing a couple different ones. We're going to do a Baileys, so we're going to use a little bit of alcohol with the Baileys, and we're also going to do a Malibu Soufflé. So very simple thing to do. It's all about timing and basically knowing when to take the souffle out of the oven. But what we have is some egg whites, so we'll put them. Okay, so we want to slowly whisk up the egg whites until they're nice and white and sort of a little bit bubbly to start with. Then we'll slowly add the sugar until it becomes to stiff peaks. Very important just to slowly add it. If you add it all at once, you'll collapse all the egg white. So we'll start doing that now. So you can see at this point, they are nice and see the little, that's exactly what you want. We'll move on to the creme patissiere or pastry cream. So what this is basically just milk brought to the boil, then we have sugar, egg yolks whisked together, add a little bit of flour, and then that's cooked with the milk, brought to the boil, whisked very thoroughly until it resembles this very thick sort of custard. It's a very thick custard, okay? And then what we'll do with that custard, we'll just add a little bit of Baileys, and this is where all the flavour comes from. Okay, and what we'll do, we'll just heat this up over the stove. Now it may look a little bit lumpy, but once you heat it up, it will come nice and smooth. So we can use the same creme patissiere or pastry cream. What I've done is split it up into 2 pans, and then we have the Malibu. We're going to do a Malibu flavoured souffle, and it's the same process. Is it just adding a little bit or a lot of Malibu, mixing that up together, and then just heating it up. Once you bring it up to the heat and bring it up to the boil, you mix it quite well, it will become nice and smooth. The other key to a souffle is to actually butter and sugar the outside. That actually helps the souffle to rise because it actually forms like a little barrier or a little sort of gap. And then the souffle, the sugar in between, will help the souffle rise nice and evenly. So we just have some melted butter. We just brush upwards. That also helps the rising of the souffle. All the way around. Sugar into there. And then we'll twirl it around. And then that's our buttered souffle mold. The Baileys souffle is now just mixed together there. So we have the base. Souffle is all about air, so you have to be very gentle when you're folding in your egg white. So you start off a little bit, and then you put a lot more in. And it's gentle, sort of down through the middle, up and under. A reasonable amount in. Just make sure when your pan is taken from the heat, just had a little bit of time to cool down, because if it's too hot, then it's going to obviously cook the eggs. You can see it's just mixed now. That's enough. You don't really want to do much more than that, because then you'll start collapsing the actual souffle. You'll knock out all the air. I like to be a bit adventurous and just go a bit above the level. And then this is a really good tip for making souffles, is to grab a nice palette knife and just make it nice and smooth all the way around like this. And then with your finger, you just run around the inside of the edge. This also helps it not stick to the edge and should puff up nicely. So now all that's left is putting the souffles into the oven around about 220 degrees for around about 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm going to pop them in now. And they've risen quite a bit, they look fantastic. So you can see that they've risen quite nicely, and they're just beautiful souffles, nice and even, fantastic. So you have to serve these pretty much straight away, otherwise they'll start collapsing. These ones are very good, they'll stay up for a little while, but still they'll collapse straight away.